Welcome to ScratchStart. In this session, we are going to continue the to-do list task. In the previous session, we have done how to take the task input and how to save the task in the local storage, and how to retrieve that data from the local storage and use it in the browser. So now we are going to write the main brain part of the this task. That means this is the main thing that will add the task, delete the task, and modify the task, and it can shift from completed to pending and all the other things. So for that is called rendering the tasks. So for that I am creating a function called render tasks. Create a function and let's write this function, selecting the list element and change the inner HTML to empty string and declaring filtered variable equal to tasks. What this exactly does is, you can see inner variable, it will take this refers to the all the unordered list elements we will create while entering the task input. I have added the empty string because if I didn't add this empty string, every time I add a new task, it will get added to the existing list of tasks and it will get created again and again. Like it will redraw the entire old list and create a new list with the added new list with the added list. So it will create a lot of duplicates and it will create a lot of problems. So that is why we are clearing the canvas. So after then we are going to use the if logic to do another thing. What this means, it will act like a sorting gate. It will sort out the tasks like completed or not completed. So how that works is writing a logic if current filter is equal to completed, then we change the filtered variables tasks and filter to write a function with t within an arrow function t dot completed, and then another possibility is not completed, that means pending. If current filter equal to pending, then change the filtered tasks filter t dot, it is not completed, so it is not completed, right? So we will add t is not completed. So that's all. Now we are going to filter. Now all the tasks are applicable to this logic. Now we have to filter out each and every task. How this what this does means, it will go through each list. If there will be unordered list created for the tasks. That unordered list, in that unordered list, each list element will be gone through with this logic. So now I am selecting the filtered element using the for each method. I am creating a function. Task is the key and the index, and inside that I am creating a new element called li list and pushing it into the document using the create element method. List is pushed in, and I am making this list as draggable. Draggable is a JavaScript method. What this means, we can click and move the list element within the list, or we can move to the another sections too. So that is what, if that is true, we are setting is to true, and then we are writing another if logic. If the task is completed, then we should add the class list to the list. Class list to the list, and the class is completed, and then we are creating another variable called span. What this span does is it create another element called span element, and inside this span element we will change the text content as task name, that is task text. Now that is the thing. Now we have to what we have to do next is toggle complete. This is next operation. As you can see, I have already shown the HTML structure. You can see there are 3 buttons, 3 sections: completed, pending, and all the tasks. So now we are going to write for the toggle button. So what I will write the toggle button. The toggle button, select the span element, give an add event listener, the event is click. Inside this list create a function, and this function does is task, it will change the task completed to not task is completed, task is not completed, and it will act in vice versa ways too, and then it will save the tasks function, and it will do the render task function too. You can ask while working on this, I have a new doubt arrest. You can see we have written this whole logic in the render task function. Then how can we actually use the render task inside the render task function itself? Like this method in JavaScript is called a recursion method, or a circular loop kind of method. What it means, the JavaScript will run the code from line to line from the beginning. So until when it hits the add event listener block here, it does not run the code inside. So until we run this add event listener, this code will not run. So it will act like a chain reaction. So when it comes line by line, and when the render task comes, it will go again to the initial state. So that's what happens. So next we are going to do is delete button. Delete the task button. To delete the task, I am creating an element called del and creating a variable called document, and using the create element method, I am creating a button, first button, and this button text content should be a simple X. And what this text delete button does is give an add event listener, and the event is click, and this button executes a function. And what this function does is tasks is the splice function, index comma 1, and then is the save task, and then the render task. And now what this section does is a new thing. This is called it is called the removal. What the removal means, when we click that button, it has an index inside the list, right? What this splice method is, it can add, remove or modify the array, well, like a selected array or a given array. So as I already said, the tasks are stored as an array in the method, in the whole task. All the elements are stored as an array. So from this array, each array element will have an index number, right? When we click a specific element, it will have an index number, right? So from that index, we need to delete one element. That is called that is this method, this index and one means. The index we haven't yet decided. When we click it, the index will change, right? So it is dynamic. That and one element should be created. That means if we click the element with the index 0, one element will be deleted from the 0. So 0 will be deleted. So that is what it does. And next we have the edit button. That means we can rewrite the specific task. To edit the button task, we have selecting the span element, given add event listener. We can change that only by using a double click. When it is double click, it executes a function. Inside that function, I am creating another variable called input edit, and what this does is, inside the document, using the create element, create a new variable called input. And inside that, in the list, and what this input edit does is, in the input edit, the value will be task dot text. What it does is, if you can wait a minute, you can see copy path. See, in the browser, I have given there is a task here. When I enter the task, it will get displayed here. When we click this button to rewrite, like double click, it will create another input window, and all the other things will just become blurred, and only that specific task will get highlighted in the array here. So that is what will happen here. And then we have to replace the already existing array element. So using the replace child, I am replacing with the input edit in the span element, and I am selecting the input edit variable and giving it an add event listener. As I have said, I already explained this. It will blur all the other elements. Blur, it will create a function. Inside that function, save the task dot text equal to input edit dot value. That means the task's content will be replaced with the input edit value. That is what I already said. Input edit value, and it should be saved, and it should be rendered, and that's all. So that is all. Now what we have to do is we have to display this everything in the list. All these changes should get reflected in the list now. So I'm selecting the list element and using append child, I'm appending the span element, and in the same list I'm using append child method and appending the delete, and in the same child using same list element in the using append child and appending the new list element, list variable. So that is all. This is the main brain of this the whole to-do list. And the next session what we will do is we will write how we will add the task and how we will filter the task, and another additional thing called a theme toggle, like a black and white theme, and we can load the theme. That is what we are going to do. And that is it for today's session, and we will continue this remaining to-do list using in the next session. Thank you. Have a nice day.